Welcome back to Boostly. As you know, my name is Mark Simpson and I give hosts just like you the tools, the tactics and the training to get more direct bookings. Now, today's lesson, video, podcast, wherever you're tuning in from, is a little bit different from the norm because I went and interviewed one of the world's leading Airbnb experts, Mr. Daniel Rusteen of Optimize My B&B. He did a session for the Team Boostly members. And it was so good, I wanted to pull little extracts out and share it with you so you can look to implement the tactics and training into Airbnb. Now, even though this is obviously a direct booking podcast, this is not an advice that I give is where I'm saying, listen, just go and leave them all, because you have to make them work for you, not the other way around. They spend so much money on advertising costs and marketing spend that you have to be visible on them. There's so many things that you can be doing afterwards to convert them into a direct booking. But for now, what I want for you to do is to utilize these tips that we're going to share with you on Airbnb and how you can put them into practice. So this is one of the many episodes I'm going to be putting out over the course of the next few days. And I just want you to sit back, relax, and make note and put into practice. Before we get started, I want to say thank you to our hosts, which is Uplisting. Uplisting is a fantastic PMS. With what we do with Boostly websites, we've got over 500 clients. So we pretty much have worked with every PMS solution that is out there at the moment. And Uplisting is one of the best. You can go and find out more by going to boostly.co.uk/uplisting. Their guarantee is that you will never get a double booking, which is great. It will link you to Airbnb, it will link you to Verbo, Booking.com and the rest. It will do a lot of the work for you. It will make your life as a host so much easier. So thank you to Uplisting. Now, next, you're going to go zoom straight into our session that we did with Mr. Daniel Rusteen from Optimize My B&B. As always, I'd love to get your feedback. So let's jump straight in.
The differences between Airbnb and Google. So Google, we all know Google. And when I say Google, I mean Yahoo or Bing or any search engine, traditional search engine. You're targeting specific search terms. So family vacation rental in Edinburgh, something like that. And on Airbnb, you're actually targeting what I call an FPG, or a future potential guest. You want that pool to be as big as possible. And if you get the wrong FPGs, that negatively hurts you. The rank is based on the strength of your website. It has nothing to do with the reviews that the guest gives you. On Airbnb, it actually depends that your rank is based on guest preference, believe it or not, guest preference and prior guest reviews. So I want everyone to, or as many of you as possible. So Google has a static search. Anyone in the world, I believe, who search Airbnb title generator or Airbnb optimization, my website should show up first for everyone, no matter where you're located. I think that's true. If you can confirm that, I think most of you are in very opposite.
Yeah, no, that is true. I tested that out. So you're good.
Okay. So that's how Google works. Airbnb that's called static. Airbnb is more dynamic. And I think that concept is better discussed through a real world example. Let's say you go to the grocery store and you're going to buy some butter. And there's always dozens of options of butter. They all look more or less the same. Let's take it a step further and say you're in, like I was this summer, I was in Kyiv, Ukraine, looking for butter. I didn't know Russian so well. So butter, that would be static search. It looks the same for me as the person to my left and my right, the person who came before me and after me. We all get the same search results of how the butter is displayed. What happened this day is I bought butter, which I thought was regular butter, and I got home and it was actually butter infused with chocolate. It wasn't what I wanted. So static search works really well if you know what you're looking for. If I was in a grocery store in the US and I knew exactly what I was looking for, static search works great. Or, I'm searching for men's shoes online. I know I want this type of Nike. Static search is great. But then enter dynamic search, which is better for people who don't know what they want exactly. And going back to that example, if someone's going to Edinburgh, a family, they've never been there, they don't know exactly what they want. But based on their prior history, Airbnb can suggest them a a few Airbnbs that they think they're more likely to have a good experience in.